Hey guys, it's Destiny back with another video, and you're watching the Decimania channel here on YouTube. Slowly getting back into the swing of things. I want to get back into my TNA reviews this week, but I have a TNA related video for you. Well, kind of TNA related, but last night at the Bound for Glory pay-per-view that TNA did, the Dudley boys retired officially. Now, I don't know if that means they're retiring as a tag team, like they're never going to team up again, or is Bully Ray still going to wrestle, or is it like both of them are just done? They're both done for good. But yeah, the Hardy Boys faced the Dudleys in a winner-take-all TNA tag team and NXT tag team title match. It was a tables match, and the Hardys ended up winning it. Just thought I'd kind of talk about some of my favorite Dudley Boys moments, both collectively and individually, and thought we'd just get into this. And let's get right into it, I guess. So yeah, the Dudleys retired last night. I was not expecting that. It's actually kind of weird because I actually had a dream about this last night. And then I found out this morning. So I had a dream because I knew the Hardys and Dudleys were facing each other. I just didn't know who was going to win. I predicted it was going to be the Hardys because they just won the NXT tag team titles. And I had a dream about the Dudleys, like, retiring or something. And I woke up this morning and that's what happened. And I'm like, oh wow, that's actually kind of interesting. And the Dudleys ended up giving their wrestling boots to the Hardys last night. And they kind of waved bye to the crowd. So I think that means both of them are done, probably. I'm not sure if Bully's still going to wrestle or if the Dudley boys retired altogether. Like, they're both done, which is what it seems like. But that shocked me. I was not expecting that. I mean, I kind of expected it for Devon, but Bully might be done too. So yeah, I remember when I first saw the Dudley Boys as a team, it was on the ECW Unreleased Volume 3. No, it wasn't. It was on episode of TNA. It was actually against... It was back when they were in the Aces and Eights. And they both had belts. Bully was TNA Heavyweight Champion. Devon was Television Champion, I believe. And yeah, that's when I saw them team up for the first time. Their ECW stuff, I got it on DVD. So yeah, that happened, you know. But no, I remember when they first teamed up, you know, because I think they were feuding at the time of, like, before the Aces and Eights thing. I believe they were feuding, and that's when Bubba Ray Dudley came up with the Bully Ray character, and it just took off from there with his singles run. I think overall, I would say Bully probably had the most successful single run out of the two. Devon had a pretty good one too. Won the television title, like I said, and ended up leading his own faction there for a while, but then we found out that it was Bully Ray behind the string, or pulling the strings. you know, I kind of would have liked to have seen Devon get a title run. I heard he had some kind of back fusion or something done a couple years ago, and that's why he couldn't wrestle for a while. I think Matt Hardy had something like that too, and like, I don't know, what was it, 2018? 2019, something like that. I don't remember exactly, but he came back to wrestling in 2020 when he wrestled, I think he came to AEW or something and joined Chris Jericho's group or something. But Dudley is, Bully. I remember him coming back a couple years ago, even in the Call Your Shot Gauntlet, and he ended up winning it, I believe, and taking on Josh Alexander at the next year's Hard to Kill pay-per-view, which I watched that match when it was uploaded, and it was very good. Can't believe it, 25 years since the first Tables, Ladders, and Chairs match, and Bully Ray and Devon. I was actually kind of surprised that neither of the Hardys or the Dudleys won any of those matches. I mean, the Hardys won the first ladder match at the No Mercy, but that was with Edge and Christian, and then they won the first tables match, I guess. But I'm talking about the tables, ladders, and chairs matches specifically. I do think the Dudleys could have benefited from winning one of those matches, but then again, Edge and Christian are so good too. All three teams are. But, Bully and Devon, they debuted in TNA in 2005 on their Spike TV debut episode, and, some people feel like they got pushed aside for, or the Naturals got pushed aside for them, which I guess I could maybe kind of see that, but, they had some pretty good matches with America's Most Wanted and, LAX, Team Canada. I remember getting the Bound for Glory pay-per-view on DVD where they came back and I think they put Eric Young in the casket to close out the show or something, because they did like a funeral segment with all the heels there, and Team Canada were there, and James Mitchell and Team 3D came back at the end of, I think it was Jeff Jarrett and Rhino for the title, and they came out and gave everybody a 3D and put Eric Young in the casket to end the show, and then they had that electrified cage match with LAX, which, not one of the best matches that they've had, but, it is what it is. They won the first ever TNA Tag Team Championships. That happened. And then, they would go on. They faced the Steiners at one point in TNA, which was pretty fun. They opened Team 3D Academy. Pretty good career there in TNA. Of course, their ECW run was good too. It's fun seeing a lot of this stuff. I wish they would put they'll probably do this, the complete history of Team 3D or something, I wonder if that's going to be their tag team stuff or everything that they did in TNA in general. Like, Bully's title run and stuff like that. They got inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame in 2014. And then they went into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2018. So 4 years apart. But no, the Dudleys are officially retired. I think it's like 24 tag team titles between them. Or that they won. And that's a pretty impressive resume right there. It's sad that they're not going to team up again, but then again, they're getting a little older. They've been doing this for years. I think if you're going to go out against any team, it'd be the Hardys. And their contract is set to expire next year, so who knows what they're going to do. You know. Thinking they might have one last run in WWE. I would love to see the Hardys and the Machine Guns. I would have liked to have seen Team 3D and the Machine Guns again, but you know what? It is what it is. But, yeah. Bully and Devon are retired. They retired last night, gave their boots to the Hardy Boys, and walked off into the crowd. Waved to the crowd. And the end of an era. You know, AJ Styles, he announced that he's retiring next year. So, frick, y'all. All the good ones are retiring. You know, I just want to come up and give my thoughts on their careers. You know, Devon did the whole Reverend Devon thing in WWE, which, it was interesting, I guess. We got the introduction of Batista through that. I mean, I was never a big Batista fan, but, you know, prominent moment. Big moment right there. You know, I mean, I don't hate Batista. I just was never that much of a fan of him. Like, I don't know. Love his theme song. I like his theme song, though. But, yeah, Devon, he really didn't do much of... It really wasn't that much of his, you know, singles career that you could really note. I mean, Bully and Devon actually kind of feuded with each other for a little bit before they started teaming up as the Dudley Boys. And, you know, I believe the team's from 1996 all the way up to 2000, I think it was 2010 when they when they broke up. I think it was the night after the Motor City Machine Guns match, or the week after, on the follow-up show from Bound for Glory, or not Bound for Glory, it was Turning Point, I believe, wasn't it, where they had their quote-unquote retirement match against Sabin and Shelley, and that was when Sabin kicked out of the 3D finisher. And then the next week on Impact, Bully like attacks Devon or something and kicks off their feud. I think that's how it happened, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And then they brought Devon's sons into it and into the feud, and they had a couple matches against each other. And then I think Bully had one against Devon at Against All Odds. Might have had one at Genesis, I don't remember. But then he faced Tommy Dreamer at Victory Road because Tommy was brought into that feud. Tommy tried to stop Devon from just beating the crap out of Bully in the parking lot, and then Bully ended up beating up a security guard or something. Just a lot of fond memories. Most of them, for me, come from their TNA run, really. And then I remember when they did come back to WWE in 2015. And they went for the tag team titles against the Usos and the New Day and all this stuff. Reunited with Edge and Christian for a backstage segment. It was fun. I remember seeing that and being very happy about it. And then I wish I could have got Edge and Christian for a retirement match, but then again, they were retired at the time. Both of them were, but now they're not. But Dudley's have officially retired, and it's the end of an era. And I'm sad to see them retire, but at the same time, I've enjoyed their careers. And there's really not much else they could have done, really. Except maybe win the AEW tag team titles, but, that ain't happening. But, no, I just wanted to come up and kind of give my thoughts on the Dudleys retiring, and it's been a good run. Thank you for all the memories, guys, and enjoy your retirement. And that's really all I have to say. If I think of anything else, I'll maybe talk about it in my next video or something. That's one thing I'm going to do this year. I'm probably going to talk about this again at the end of the year at some point. But, yeah, thank you to Bully Ray and Devon. I saw Bully Ray live at a TNA event 2012. Yep, it was him and Bobby Roode versus Jeff Hardy and James Storm in the main event. It was fun. It was a fun time. But that's all I had to say about that, really, for now. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you won't miss any new content. I have plenty of stuff up here, and I'm not stopping anytime soon, so hopefully 2026 will be pretty good. I'm going to try to do some more figure-related stuff and, all kinds of stuff like that. And I got some DVD reviews in the next coming months. I'm going to get the ECW unreleased DVDs. I'm going to get those sets reviewed at some point. Got some more figure reviews. I'm going to start maybe getting back into my TNA reviews this week. I'm hoping to, so stay tuned for that. I will get back into those in the next week or two. Hoping to do it this week. So stay tuned for those. And if you like what you see, like I said, please hit that subscribe button. You won't regret it, hopefully. And I'll see you guys with another video later this week. Aside from my TNA review that I'm hoping to do. And I'll see you guys then. Peace. And God bless you.